The Lincoln Continental, an iconic luxury automobile, has a rich history that spans several decades. Its story is intertwined with the evolution of American automotive design, luxury, and innovation. Let's embark on a journey through time to explore the fascinating history of the Lincoln Continental. The story of the Lincoln Continental begins in the late 1930s. Edsel Ford, the son of Henry Ford and the president of the Ford Motor Company, was inspired by the elegant European cars of the time. He envisioned a luxury car for the American market that would combine sophistication and style. In 1938, the first Lincoln Continental prototype was introduced as a personal project of Edsel Ford. The design was a collaboration between Edsel Ford and the chief stylist at Ford, Eugene T. Gregory. The result was a sleek and aerodynamic vehicle with a long hood, short deck, and a distinctive rear-mounted spare tire. The car featured a prominent chrome grille, flowing fenders, and a streamlined appearance that set it apart from other cars of its era. In 1939, the Lincoln Continental made its official debut as a limited edition model. The response was overwhelmingly positive, leading to the decision to put it into production. The first-generation Continental, known as the Zephyr Continental, was produced from 1939 to 1948. The production of civilian vehicles came to a halt during World War II, as the automotive industry shifted its focus to supporting the war effort. The Continental's wartime role was significant, as a few specially modified Continentals served as staff cars for high-ranking military officials. The car's distinguished appearance made it a symbol of prestige during this time. After the war, the automotive industry underwent a transformation as manufacturers shifted from wartime production to peacetime manufacturing. The Lincoln Continental resumed production in 1946, with a few modifications to reflect post-war design trends. After a brief hiatus, the Lincoln Continental returned in the mid-1950s as the Mark II. The second generation of the Continental, produced from 1956 to 1957, featured a bold and modern design. It was a two-door hardtop coupe and convertible, exuding luxury and exclusivity. The Continental Mark II aimed to compete with European luxury cars and was priced accordingly, making it an aspirational vehicle for the elite. One notable feature of the Mark II was its spare tire housed in the trunk, a departure from the external spare tire of the original Continental. The interior was adorned with high-quality materials, and advanced engineering contributed to a smooth and quiet ride. The third generation of the Continental, produced from 1958 to 1960, saw a departure from the sleek and compact design of its predecessor. However, it was the fourth generation, introduced in 1961, that would become the most iconic and enduring model in the Lincoln Continental lineup. The 1961 Continental featured distinctive suicide rear-hinge doors, giving it a unique and memorable appearance. The absence of a traditional B-pillar created an expansive opening when both front and rear doors were open. This design choice not only added to the car's aesthetic appeal, but also facilitated easier entry and exit. The fourth-generation Continental introduced the famous slab-sided design characterized by clean lines, a flat roofline, and minimal ornamentation. This design language, often associated with the Kennedy era, contributed to the Continental's timeless and elegant image. The car became a symbol of luxury, attracting celebrities, dignitaries, and affluent individuals. The design continued to evolve while maintaining the classic upscale appearance. The Continental also gained popularity as a presidential limousine, further solidifying its status as a symbol of power and prestige. The fifth generation of the Lincoln Continental, introduced in 1970, marked a departure from the iconic design of the previous models. It adopted a more conventional appearance, with a squared-off design and a less distinctive profile. The car was available in various body styles, including sedans and coupes. During the 1970s, the automotive industry faced challenges, including stricter emission regulations and changing consumer preferences. The Continental underwent changes to meet these requirements, including downsizing and adopting more fuel-efficient engines. The shift in design and engineering reflected the broader trends in the industry during this era. As the 1970s progressed, the Lincoln Continental branched into the Continental Mark series, which included the Mark III, Mark IV, and Mark V. These models featured luxury amenities, powerful engines, and distinctive styling. The Mark series aimed to cater to a market seeking a higher level of opulence and performance. The Mark IV, introduced in 1972, was particularly well received, offering a combination of elegance and power. It featured a distinctive opera window and a prominent grille. The Mark V, introduced in 1977, continued the trend of luxurious, full-sized coupes with a focus on comfort and style. As the automotive landscape continued to change, the Lincoln Continental underwent further transformations in the 1980s and 1990s. The sixth generation, introduced in 1980, featured a downsized design to improve fuel efficiency. It moved away from the traditional full-sized luxury sedan and adopted a more contemporary and streamlined appearance. In the late 1980s, the Continental underwent another redesign, adopting a more aerodynamic shape and updated features. Technological advancements including electronic fuel injection and improved suspension systems were incorporated to enhance performance and efficiency. The 1990s saw the introduction of the ninth generation of the Continental. This model featured modern amenities such as anti-lock brakes, airbags, and electronic climate control. While the design retained some classic elements, it also embraced contemporary styling trends of the time. The 2000s brought further changes to the Lincoln Continental. The 10th and final generation, introduced in 1995, featured a more conservative design compared to its predecessors. The rear-wheel drive architecture was replaced with front-wheel drive, and the V8 engine became a standard offering. In 2002, the Lincoln Continental was discontinued, marking the end of an era. The decision reflected shifting consumer preferences toward SUVs and crossovers. While the Continental had been an emblem of luxury for many years, changing market dynamics led to its retirement. The Lincoln Continental experienced a revival in the 2010 S. In 2016, Lincoln unveiled the Lincoln Continental concept at the North American International Auto Show. The concept car showcased a return to the brand's roots with a focus on elegance, luxury, and advanced technology. The production version of the new Lincoln Continental, launched in 2017, aimed to recapture the essence of its iconic predecessors. It featured a refined design, premium materials, and advanced safety and technology features. The return of the Continental was met with enthusiasm, as it sought to compete in the luxury sedan segment. The history of the Lincoln Continental is a tale of evolution, adaptation, and enduring elegance. From its origins in the pre-war era as a personal project of Edsel Ford to its iconic status in the 1960s and subsequent transformations in response to industry changes, the Continental has left an indelible mark on the automotive landscape. Throughout its history, the Lincoln Continental embodied luxury, sophistication, and innovation. Its distinct design elements, such as the suicide doors, slab-sided profile, and opulent interiors, became synonymous with high-end American automotive craftsmanship. While the discontinuation of the Lincoln Continental in 2002 marked the end of its original production, the revival in the 2010 S demonstrated the enduring appeal of the Continental name. As automotive tastes continue to evolve, the legacy of the Lincoln Continental remains an integral part of American automotive history, representing a bygone era of luxury and style.